how have the lines between journalism, advertising, and entertainment become blurred?
Yeah, that's a quite important strand of the story. When I worked in the news business, there were 3 floors in the building I worked in that mattered. There was the first floor that was the newsroom, the second floor, which is where the sales and advertising department was, and the 8th floor, which was corporate headquarters. And in the newsroom, first floor, we actually used these floors. There was first floor people and second floor people, and we saw ourselves as totally distinct. On the first floor, we had conflict of interest and ethics rules. We weren't allowed to accept gifts, for example. And we strongly believed that what we were trying to do in the newsroom was to provide good information to a democratic citizenry so that our viewing audience could be participants in the democratic process. Up on the second floor, their interest was how much could they sell advertising for. They wanted us to cover certain kinds of stories because they felt that that would be better for ratings and would drive advertising prices, which ultimately was, the 8th floor corporate's interest was how valuable is this property. In the news business, though, there was always that line between church and state, right? Between news and advertising, that we were in the business of informing citizens, not in the business of making profit for ownership. And that line has more or less crumbled, right? There's very little sense now that a newsroom can lose money. Back in the 1970s, the networks regularly lost money on news. News has never been a profit center. It is very difficult to make an informative, serious newscast and make money doing so. So if your goal is to make economic profit, then you have to rework the kind of stories you tell, the kind of information you offer, the sorts of people you put on camera. And again, if we can refer back to cable, 24-hour cable news, there's where you see that model where that's an entertainment product that's being designed to sell advertising. It's not a valuable source of information.
These lines between journalism, advertising, and entertainment have blurred. What are the most negative or dangerous outcomes of these blurred lines from a political perspective?
The tribalization of the American population, where we're so plugged into media that confirms our own biases, that serves our own emotional and informational needs, and we're at a loss. We simply cannot reach out and learn from and talk to people who see the world differently.